Did you know that YouTube highly recommends, if you want your channel to grow, use more YouTube shorts? You may also notice that more of these YouTube shorts are using very creative subtitles. In this tutorial, I will show you how I create my subtitles using Corel Video Studio 2022. I'm guessing they just want to compete with TikTok, and why not? I mean, that's a smart business move. So before I begin, what I will do, I will slightly make some adjustments on my audio by simply adding a audio filter in there called New Blue Clean or New Blue Cleaner. Double click and I can go here and then also go into the options panel here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use one of the presets called Hum and Noise Begone, and then I'm also going to reduce this noise reduction slightly. I don't need it to be so strong. Quick listen. In 2023, YouTube is highly recommending that. Now I noticed in my previous video I had this cranked right up and everybody thought I had a cold. That was not true at all. All right, so now the noise, I think the volume and everything is very clean. In 23, YouTube is... All right, and it just makes it easier for the speech to text to actually pick up on what I'm saying. So let's go into the speech to text, highlight your clip, and then click it here. Now what we want to do is go into the subtitle editor, not on the timeline. The difference is if I was just to hit start, it would just bypass the subtitle editor and immediately place everything on the timeline. Then that way you can't edit anything, and that's not what we're after. So let's press start. So it already transcribed all my speech into text. Now it's only a 60 seconds, so YouTube allows a 60-second short. So I don't mind going through the text. To do that, we just double click and it opens up the panel. And obviously it says the 2023 YouTube is Ollie, which makes no sense to me. But let's play it and see what it actually says. In 2023, YouTube is highly recommending that we start pushing. So it actually says highly recommended. So let's change that to the proper text. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through each one of this and make sure that the text is correct to what I'm saying. Hopefully now when people read my subtitles, it would make a little bit more sense. The next thing we need to do is actually separate it or not have so much text appear as I'm speaking, because if it's a clutter down there, people won't read it or it goes too fast. If I double click back here, you'll see there's a lot of text here. What I want to do, I want to put these separate. So this one will appear, then disappear, and then this one will appear. And this is how we're going to do that. Let's just press play over here. In 2023, YouTube is hot. So I want to cut it off where it says highly. So I'm just going to do this. I think it's about here. Let's listen. All right, good. Highly recommend. I'm going to use the scissors and make a cut. Now watch what happens. It's going to add a new line. All right, so now it's got two the same. So what I'm going to do, double click, and where it says highly, because this is where I want the new line to start, I'm going to delete all that text. And obviously I'm going to do the opposite on this one. So here, like so, I'm going to delete that. So now when it comes or plays, you'll see that it's not so much text. So 2023, yes. In 2023, YouTube is highly recommending that. All right, so we can still do that even more because it's still fairly cluttered. So I may do two things, either bring this down into a third line, and I'm going to leave this the way it is so I can show you how I can do this once I've finished editing all this out. I'm not going to worry about using up here where it says here I can create different Arial fonts and so forth. I'm going to do that once I log out of the subtitle editor. So we are back here at the main interface, and I'm just going to show you how we can get back into the subtitle editor. Now you may be thinking of using the speech to text, but then you're going to restart everything. Simply use it over here, the subtitle editor. Click it once and you basically just launch yourself right back in here. Be warned though, if you do make adjustments like you do different fonts and whatnot, it actually defaults back to this. So only use this as a last resort. I'm going to hit cancel because obviously I don't want to change anything. Right, so now what we need to do is just start creating the style and look that we want. Double click on the very first subtitle, so double click. First thing I need to do is bring it up a bit, because if you post it on say YouTube or even IG, they're going to put words and letters down here and even the timestamp, so you make sure you're well away from that. This triangle here represents your title safe, so try and keep your titles within this box. Now I'm wearing a white t-shirt, so technically I should change the color. By double clicking, you open up this panel here. So I'm going to click on styles And I'm going to probably choose this one or this one. Let's have a look at what this one, no, that's too dark. And now that one works for me, so I will reposition this again. And another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a nice big black outline on this, like a big border, so it really pops out. So let's go to border, outer stroke, choose black, and I'm going to ramp it up to about 15. Let's see how that looks. It really pops out. It's not in front of my face, it's right where it should be. The next thing I want to do is create some form of title effect. So we're going to go into motion, apply, and they give you these options here, drop, fade, and whatnot. So go through the ones that you like. I chose drop in this center one here. All you have to do is highlight it. If you see this box around it, it's already been applied. And let's play that. Okay, now if that's your fancy, fine. Now you can actually change these attributes as well, and I'll show you. So here I came in per letter or character. I'm going to do it by word, and let's do that again, and now it should pop in by word.
In 2023, YouTube is highly recommended.
Now what I can do is I can just simply copy all the attributes, click on the next clip, hold down my shift key, highlight all of them, right click, and paste all attributes. And then it just instantly applies it all across the other ones as well, like so. You will have to reposition a few of them because obviously they are going to come out of view. Like here's one. So this one I can personally resize to just make it fit. Because it's only a 60-second clip, it's not really going to take you a lot of time to just make sure all of this is looking good. Now bear in mind, let's say you want the word YouTube. You can't just highlight and change YouTube. It will automatically change everything. So I recommend when you're in the subtitle editor, edit out where you know you're going to use the word YouTube and it's going to be slightly different. If you haven't done that and you go back to the subtitle editor, like I said to you, this will reset to its default text. So there is another way of doing it. And that is just simply splitting the clip. Now, what I mean by splitting the clip, I'm actually saying this. Highlight the clip, right click, copy. This will then make another one here. All I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the word YouTube Shorts away and then just leave it YouTube Shorts here. I'm going to kind of look at my wave format when I begin to say YouTube and insert that new clip. So I'll quickly do that for you. So now I can just simply change the format of or the way this looks. So I may even change the way this fades in or fades out. Let's do something different like that. Let's have a character, but let's go to Word. And I may even change the style. Let's go have a look at this. Yeah, for the tutorial.
YouTube Shorts.
Alright, so there wasn't anything fancy, but
more YouTube Shorts.
At least you know how it can be done.
Highly recommending that we start pushing out more YouTube Shorts.
So there you go. So there's how I would do the hack, and this is how I would create the fancy subtitles for things like IG, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok. And as always, thanks for watching.